10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
That's true. Also, one single invoker pick, which is also at 100%.
Radiant team's turn to pick.
What about the Kez? Oh yeah, we had the mid one Kez. We still have to keep that in mind. He might do it again. It is VP's pick first. There's room for supports. What to fly?
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Dawn Techies is also scary.
Dire team's turn to pick.
Techies!
There we go. Yep. They're quite easy to read in the draft, right? You know they're coming one after the other.
10 seconds remaining.
You could just go for the Pugna again.
5 seconds remaining.
Sunbreaker doesn't really do too much damage
turn to
through it.
pick.
Pudge.
Oh, but the Pudge was actually left in the pool. Yeah. True.
Radiant team's turn to pick.
Warlord.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team's turn to pick.
It's true.
What's it with?
I think that's a good point to bring up. Like, when it came to not just the troll, but the Bloodseeker. It was like, I only trusted that hero in the hands of maybe like 3 players in the world. Everyone else just kind of looked a bit confused and lost with the hero. There was a guy called Pacaz in South America who I would have trusted my life with if he picked the Bloodseeker.
5 seconds left.
He
Don't
was
freeze
just
up.
next level on it. Yep. Remember what happened last time in a Pango versus Troll?
Dire team's turn.
Pango got beat up. He's like, oh no, I've been caught in a root. What can I do? There's the Disruptor, but it goes for VP instead of MOUZ.
Ten seconds remaining.
Their heroes look a bit problematic in terms of the Snapfire
5
kisses.
seconds
I don't feel like
remaining.
anybody actually wants to go at the snap. Maybe that backline assassin could work for Virtus.pro, somebody who roams a bit freely around the map. And I'm not saying Slark, but a Slarky-like hero for Tomato. Maybe the Abaddon with a Blink Dagger is not a bad idea. Yeah, give me the kiss. Give me the kiss. I'd be very happy to see a Kez here. Oh, he goes for the Leshrac. Okay. Unless I'm not I mean, Kez is more interesting than Lesh. Come on. Lesh is still high up there. I still enjoy Leshrac. I'm just trying to think, is there room to play a Leshrac support? I know Yamich doesn't want to give away his Pudge, but I'm just thinking, like, would have there been a way Boom, like kind of like Saberlight would take Pudge into the off lane, that Boom would maybe play the Pudge? You'd put the Leshrac as a 4, Celery plays the Snapfire, and you could still have room for a Kez in this this MOUZ draft. But now it feels like they're just going to pick an off lane.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
think you banned the Tide here.
Dire team's turn to ban.
Because there aren't a lot of offlaners who
remaining.
itemize to help a troll. And the Tide Hunter
5 seconds remaining.
does kind of give me that vibe that it sits in well. Maybe it doesn't work with the Pudge. I think, Pudge Tide Hunter sounds like an awful lane, to be honest. I think they necessarily want to do that. So maybe instead, I mean, it's kind of hard to put it, right? Because MOUZ, at least on Boom, he's only played Beast, Mars, Timber, and the Tide Hunter. He hasn't played anything else.
Dire team's turn to pick. Radiant team's turn to pick.
Tide Hunter.
Told you. Should have banned it. Okay, there's one thing. Mid Pudge and 4 Leshrac could have worked. Okay, they're not doing it, but that's something that I could have seen how the lanes could have been a bit stronger. Back to your point on Razor.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I do think that the lane got a lot better for Virtus.pro now that you have the Razor in there, but Pudge and Tide Hunter, they can shrug off some of the damage, they can harass back, but I think the ideal situation would be leave the Tide Hunter solo in the lane, Yamich gets to roam around the map, play with the Leshrac, rotate into mid, maybe play with the Troll and try to set up a tri-lane with Pudge, Snap, Troll. Just leave the Tide Hunter be, because you're going into a Razors, right? So you know the Tide Hunter is going to struggle already. Maybe from VP's side, ensuring that level 6 on the Dawnbreaker from the offlane position, very crucial to enable that early game fighting for them. You have a Techies who already does damage to himself by jumping in. The Pangolier, who would like to have frontline presence. You do need to get that Solar Guardian up ASAP, so I think they have to put quite a lot of attention to VP's offlane, while MOUZ is going to reinforce their safe lane. So that's probably the lane to watch. I was thinking about it.
I laugh to a future.
Prepare for battle.
You look ravished. Beep, beep. You look confused.
That does not look good.
Well, VP do have themselves maybe a slight drafting advantage going up against MOUZ, but does it fit into their gameplay style? Because VP would like to play a long game. You have an excellent late game hero in this Razor. But not only is he strong in the lane versus a Tide Hunter, but he's probably one of the best late game carries. Very underrated. A lot of people don't talk about this hero too much. He is insanely strong in the late game.
30 seconds to battle.
Auto's already spotted. I think it would be a great way to start the laning stage is finding a first blood for MOUZ. That could be your saving grace. Damage, he's going a bit back and forth. He won't get in range for the hook. Does he get fly? There we go. Put him in the high ground. That's going to be first blood right there. That means the Pudge is not going to get his flesh heap. But we do. Leave it for the Tide Hunter. Make sure that he gets boots as soon as possible. Certainly is. Nice. Boots flying in. Yamich also secures the range creep with the hook. Can take some harass from fly. Won't be able to cut the wave. Oh, you look how these sentries are placed. Oh, they're like overlapping, but they're 1 pixel away, so that neither one's gonna get their camps open. So close. How do you even? I wouldn't say fail, because you always know the sentry on the dire side is always gonna be over here, but now it's like literally 1 pixel away from getting dewarded, so yeah, that's...
There.
Fly's got another sentry and it's like, yep, now my camp is open. Hook coming out as well. Yamich will get a bit of damage. He only just hit level 2 though, so he didn't have a rot to follow. Hook down in the bot lane. Same thing for the top lane on Taurus. Has the taser on the troll. So you have that disarm. Level 1. Bottom lane, big fight. Tomato and Fly both dead. MOUZ finding 2 kills. I was looking... Oh, at least now he gets the full duration link pretty much. It's not a lot of damage though at level 1. Oh, well, that lane has turned into a bit of a disaster. DP's eyes. It's not over, but this shouldn't happen, let's put it this way.
Bottom feeder.
So good. Fly gonna use the glimpse to bring back the Tide Hunter. But with that level 1 static link, as mentioned, not a lot of damage being soaked away. Gets hooked back into the gush. And they're gonna try to make a play on him, and they're gonna take this Razor down again.
My life. Meet the undertow.
Oh my god, another hook. That is just insane. Yamich, no chill. That's insane. Pudge has been part of all the 5 kills. Salving up in the trees. Tomato gonna get hit by the gush, and they're gonna put Yamich in between. The rod is there. Celery's here. Oh, Tomato. It's time for a walk of shame into the lane. Yourself, bro. Oh, the old chats. Let me guess, Yamich is gonna go for another hook. Oh, you're bringing the techies as well? Sure, yeah, but at least the techies is a way to jump away. They have six kills from this lane. That first blood was off of that same disruptor playing the bottom lane. Well, you were complaining to me about me talking about random stories and not watching the game because there was nothing happening in game 1. But now we're like we're fully locked in on the MOUZ train in this bottom lane. Now they're coming mid, by the way. So Yamich and Celery are making their way towards Abed. Waiting for the rolling, waiting for the swashbuckle to go out. The hook is ready. Yamich is soaking the tower with the meat hook. Sorry, the meat shield. And Crystallis will be taken down as a consequence, so VP will bring in the numbers to take down the troll.
No fortified their structures. Radiant's middle tower
One, however,
is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yep. Ooh, close attempt there with the cookie stun. The hook coming out just a little bit too late by Yamich. Couldn't grab
Denied.
the Pango down in the mid lane. Now they smoked the bottom. Tomato's been left alone because Antares and Fly have been reinforcing that top lane on the Dawnbreaker. Fly has managed to make his way down to the bot lane just in time. Boom. Hits level 6. They want to play with the Ravage.
Double damage.
He is early. Tide's gonna go fight him. Meanwhile, Yamich and Celery together. Can they kill the level 4 Razor? Just the two of them? They're gonna go and try. They're gonna make an attempt on it. Little Shredder's flying in. Tomato is dropping low. The cookie's there. Yamich does get the hook out. There is a response. And Boom will also force away Fly on that Disruptor, so the Wisdom Shrine will go for the Tide Hunter. Celery. Now the Disruptor is there, but the Abed will have the lead.
Help Dire's middle tower.
Oh, that's rough. That reminds me of Virtus.pro in the Last Chance qualifiers back in 2022 when the game wasn't going their way. They had 3 Midases in the queue and they gave that game up in 15 minutes and called GG. That was a different VP though. Yamich, just fly. Diabolic eating all the kinetic field, the blood grenade. Yeah, he got a Tango to regenerate. Yeah, he's gonna eat up and heal up. That was a very nice play from Fly there with the kinetic field, keeping the Leshrac inside of it, and the Pudge.
Radiant's middle tower shouldn't have to take this abuse.
A tithe to the impurities.
Are those cracks in Dire's top tower?
Why? Playing for playoffs. Oh, mid one this time around with the Leshrac putting the pressure on him. Celery has been getting XP down in mid.
Dire's top tower.
And the Troll has also moved down bottom, so bringing all the numbers for MOUZ to finish off this T1 tower.
Dire's top tower.
Open up the map.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is gone. Just a cold log left behind.
Oh, they're both struggling. Yeah, they're both in a very awkward position. You can at least relieve yourself by getting yourself some tickets for the Fisher Playground 2 LAN event on October 31st to November 2nd in Serbia, Belgrade. Or Belgrade, Serbia, to be exact. Exclamation mark ticket with the chat or click the banner right below the stream. Celery getting pressured by Abed. Get the chance to jump onto the low ground. There we go. Celery is safe for now. And cookies himself straight back into the Pangalier's arms. Yeah, he got glimpsed, but
middle tower.
There was
is
actually.
under
Did you take a look at the new collector's cash voting sets? Yeah, I voted all 283. And there was some crazy cool Snapfire sets. And I'm just looking at Celery playing this vanilla Snapfire with no cosmetics. So I really hope that he ends up getting something from the collector's cash if one of them ends up being in there. Leshrac is going to get the full hate of this VP lineup, and the Ravage is coming in a bit too late for Boom. Won't be able to hold them back. Tries to go for the TP. Outfly's got no mana for a glimpse, and it's also on cooldown. We'll get to respond on the Lesh. I have to actually send you an image. What do you think about that, Snapfire? Yes. I hope it does. The same. That's amazing. Because it looks so realistic as well. It kind of feels like a real dog companion, but just an oversized one. There were some amazing sets in that collector's cache, and I know those are never going to go through, and I probably voted yes on all of them that are not going in. I really hope some of them do, because I was missing out on the snail on the Snapfire. That snail skin on Mortimer was also amazing.
Dire's middle tower isn't going to last long.
Yep. Nobody got the snail. Yep. What's up the haste with the Mortimer's kisses? It's a bit of an unfortunate trade, but I'll have to do it this way. Limps broke the dismember as well on the Pudge. Give it a chance to take down Abed. Abed, however, has already moved in the cover of that smoke, and the haste rune deep into the jungle and spots mid one. And with the diffusal blade and the Solar Guardian right on top, this Leshrac does not stand a chance. 50% HP gone simultaneously as a swashbuckle and a Starbreaker lands on you.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I think Dawnbreaker is at the strongest this hero has ever been right now. So I feel like this hero is getting nerfed straight into the ground, and then nobody's going to play Dawnbreaker anymore. Like this is the fate that this hero is kind of going to suffer. Because what you're getting from Starbreaker is your attack plus bonus damage, and that's 70 plus your right click, and your right click is 130 right now, 13 minutes. So you do 200 damage with every swipe and smash. So that's 600 physical damage from Starbreaker, combined with the hammer, combined with the Solar Guardian damage pulses, and landing damage. So you're doing more than a Timber Saw is doing with pure damage in one quick combo. So just think about that.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Motto doesn't have the need to go all the way into Midas, as he's been slowly recovering, getting back into the game, and all of that shutting down the 5 deaths as a carry. Suddenly Tomato is back to full in pace, but as we say that, he TPs into a very risky spot. Luckily, the Hawk is awake and comes in with the Solar Guardian. For a moment, it felt like, is the Stormbreaker even joining in on the fight? As they also get to isolate Yamich. He goes down, Celery is forced back, and Virtus.pro, they're cleaning house.
Shown up.
That was a very satisfying sequence there. Everybody is stunned, and the one last mine explodes Mortimer.
Dire's middle tower. Dire's middle tower just went down.
Yeah, Yamich can't get in. He couldn't get into a position to use that hook at all. Like, the Tidehunter was walking on top of the target. The TPs that were coming in. They could have killed the Razor if they didn't position themselves. So I think like that was a bit of a mistake from MOUZ with the way that they were moving in that fight. And of course, it felt like if they just went in a bit quicker, that Solar Guardian probably would have been too late. That, the Hawk reaction time was a bit slow. But at least Crystallis will find Fly down in bottom with the help of his buddy Yamich. It is now 8. Yep, it's Crystallis. I don't think Crystallis really deviates too much from his item builds. He doesn't have like his own item builds, I think.
Beep, beep.
It's like Disperser.
Was that intentional? It looked intentional.
Radiant's top tower deserves just as much help as Fly.
Yeah, he thought about it. His build yesterday was Battle Fury, SNY, BKB, Basher, Satanic. We have Battle Fury, SNY, BKB.
What can I do in return?
We'll find out what he feels like picking up after. Abed's almost done with the Blink. There is a double stack of Ancients, which after clearing, he'll probably have his Blink dagger ready. The Hawks are supposing up the BKB as they're jumping Sentry.
Hard.
Mines and Hammers.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Static Storm on the Pudge, and here comes mid one, and here comes the Hawk as well. Locking down the Leshrac. Mid one dead, Yamich to follow. That was optimistic at best. If they had Crystallis a bit closer, maybe there would have been a chance, but that was not happening.
Dire's bottom tower needs some help.
I don't think the BKB is going to do any good either, because the Solar Guardian is just going to go through that. Boom, trying to retaliate with Crystallis nearby. This Razor is really slowing him down. Pudge with the hook could be the one that they need, and that's exactly what they're going to get. Yamich will land the hook, clean the kill on Razor. Slight relief for MOUZ. They end up losing quite a lot. They lost Celery back to back.
Thousand of your kind have fallen before me.
They're beating on Dire's top tower.
Yep, tight. Yeah, the Tidehunter was cleaning up those mines like a minute ago, before that whole fight happened in bottom. So he's probably suspecting, yeah, the techies haven't got enough. Now, Fly is here, Abed is here. Ledge gonna die on the edge of that kinetic field. Once Fly has just finished his Blink Dagger. That's flying over on the Courier now.
Yes.
Are those cracks in Dire's top tower?
Did you want something? Haste! Bounty killing!
There's a pretty big item in Tidehunter's Quick Buy, which I actually like. He's changed his build from the pipe into Vlad's and the Aghanim's that is queued up. So that will help the troll quite a lot. Celery glimpsed in. The VP Gang Squad strikes again. Tormentor is maybe available for the taking now. Or at 20 minutes. Yep. That's true. All right, well. 1400. It's good that you have a primary and a secondary initiator in this lineup. Actually, you have 3 ways of initiating. Depends how risky you are with that Leshrac. And right now, Lesh isn't in the best of places, so you're probably not sending him in first. But you can open up with a hook, open up with Ravage. You can also get that cookie play going in. Definitely help stun lock an opponent. That Solar Guardian gets better as the game progresses, so more heroes you send to lock in stuns or chain stun an opponent, that's just more heroes for the Dawnbreaker to hit with the Solar Guardian. Or 4 staffs. Or 4 staffs. Snap has 1, Pudge has a second. The Lesh is not going to build a 4 staff like ever. Mitch has Abed. Gonna go for a play here. Of course, that's a static storm at least. So some gonna go down anyway. So that was a bit of a trade a life for an ulti. Worst case scenario, they don't even use their ultimates on that Pudge. There was no one nearby.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah.
Someone better help Dire's middle tower.
Why? Got caught by the creep wave. Timed his movements a bit wrong there. He could have been able to sneak in deep and maybe catch mid one. He was moving in with that Leshrac at that given time.
Dire's middle tower isn't going to last long.
Mid one was right. Fly went left. They're gonna try again. This time, BKB Manta on the Razor. Tomato's gonna be a whole lot stronger this time around compared to his previous engagements. They're going in with 4 and bringing in the Solar Guardian whenever needed. There's Boom about to exit the safety of his T1 tower. Okay, he's actually sticking around for a bit longer. Nobody's showing on the map. Celery cuts the wave down in mid. Very dangerous move there. Could have been caught instantly by Virtus.pro. And Leshrac all mid one. You gotta be watching out for this one. Oh, he blinked in aggressively. Oh! Did he minimap? Did he minimap Blink? Because that's definitely what he wanted to do. But Yamich is there for the rescue. The Solar Guardian is going to be a miss. Abed gonna roll in onto the back line. And mid one is about to die. He is dead. Yamich will follow. The Ravage will not hit anything as Razor's BKB'd up. And Crystallis is instantly in the static link. Kind of have to at this point. They've used everything on the side of VP, but can they prevent any TPs? Dawnbreaker is netted at least by the Crystallis Troll. He's losing this fight, actually. He's not even doing any damage to this Dawnbreaker, and Troll might lose this. He's doing no damage to this Dawnbreaker. Now, finally, he's healing up. It took so long to burn through. While this entire rest of this gang squad was looking for other heroes, they got Tomato, they got the Hawk, but it comes at the cost of 2 buybacks on the side of MOUZ. But they spent everything on VP. So I think that's a smart call from MOUZ to just all in at this point. It's like, we're not going to get another opportunity like this. Let's just go for it. Static Storm is ready on fly. He gets the vision into the pit. Roche is low already. There's a mine coming in. Crystallis will pick up the Aegis. And Antares probably gets himself up for grabs because mid one has his Diabolic Edict running. He burns down the techies. And then fly. Abed is right there. Yamich takes huge amounts of damage. Has a hook ready. Abed, Rolling Thunder active. Fly and Yamich will both die. Mid one, nothing left in the tank. Just an Arcane Rune, and that's it. Tomato will get a double for himself. Boom is in the middle of all of this. Crystallis is trying to get in range, and he needs a little bit more. But Tomato and Abed will push them back. And there's the BKB from the Razor as Crystallis pops his ulti. Tries to go all in onto the Razor. The root's there. There's the Solar Guardian. The Mortimer's Kiss is flying in on them as well. But Celery can't get enough damage done. He'll get another stun going. And this Troll has the BKB teleport. That's all there's left in the tank. So that Aegis ends up being spent. No buybacks from the VP side. They get mid one. Boom. Celery, Yamich, and the Aegis.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Someone better help Dire's middle tower.
Yeah, very close to getting that. I was thinking, do they just leave Yamich for dead and just back away? But they decided to commit to it. But it was, like you said, it was looking pretty good up until the point where mid one got blown up on the Lesh. And it's like, this fight's already over at this point. There's no way they're getting out unless Crystallis tries to TP out. But he's low on HP. So he has to give away the Aegis to have a better chance at teleporting home. Worst case, you're TPing with your BKB on, your half HP, they just blow through the Aegis, and then you die, and you don't get your TP out.
Dire's bottom tower is being chipped away. Dire's bottom tower is shattered to little pieces.
Yeah, two things happening at the same time. Boom is found. Gotta get glimpsed straight back in. There's Tomato, there's Abed. They've got damage to take down this Tidehunter. Yeah, honest day's work. Taking down the Tidehunter. That's what kill 26 for Virtus.pro. Currently fighting for their lives to stay in the race for the playoffs. The winner goes through, the loser gets eliminated. So that's...
A painless price.
Yeah. Yeah, they commanded that game. And especially through that Kez as well, which was a real shock and awe tactic that they were able to use. Why? It's a nice read on a play, but Celery is able to TP home. The next set of items, AC up on the Dawnbreaker. Queuing up the refresher. I wonder if we're going to get a refresher as well for the Tide Hunter. This is a game of refreshers as well because it's good on Control, it's good on the Razor. We're probably going to have like 4 refreshers in a game like this.
Double damage.
Trying to hit the back line. Boom is stuck. Boom is stuck. He can't get into there. But they killed Tomato. But they're also losing 2 heroes as a trade of it. Mid one surviving somehow. Trying to burn through that Dawnbreaker and take him out. Boom has been splashing water in a cove of his own. And he's still there. It's like, you guys, please help me. You got a disruptor throwing a thunder strike on you, preventing Boom from escaping, and he's finally left out of his watery grave. Oh my god. He did.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower isn't going to last long.
Yeah, it was. It was a good bait, and it will remain the bait till the end of the fight. While in live pictures, Boom is already in a world of hurt on the other side of the map.
Classic mistake.
MOUZ will give 1 hero away.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
Ooh. No, and also a queued up gobble up on the Snapfire. We can just spit the hero in, save them from the static link. Okay, finish. Let's put the hook on the blink. Celery is saved for now. Then straight back. Short work of him.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire have fortified their structures.
They actually spread themselves right now. They're going to go for an engagement here. And Troll is TPing in. Picks up the techies. We'll trade supports here. With Celery going down, they still had Boom dead for the time being. Sticking around in that triangle area does set them up for an Antares kill. And that is a level 25 Troll with the whirling axes. Yes. Yes. That's the thing. Like, what are you strong dispelling in a game like this? You got a long time benefit from the other 25. He'll go in with a Ravage. Tomato will dodge it with the BKB, but that does leave Fly. Mid one is trying to chase Tomato. They see him on the edge of vision. It's the next hero who blinks away. Abed able to escape. Use the Ravage to get the Disruptor. That's all they're going to get. Techies has respawned. If you've noticed something, VP's, even if it was a small lead, that has completely been drained out now. So MOUZ has been able to slowly drag themselves back in economically, and they have survived the period where they didn't have buybacks on a couple of their heroes and still taking fights during that time duration. All the way from that top Aegis fight. You are right, like MOUZ is they've definitely made this game much more interesting than what it was supposed to be, because like in the basic sense of what we've been seeing throughout the group stage, a team that is already playing from behind, I feel like we see very rarely comebacks happen in Dota. At least these last few weeks, I feel like all games have been pretty straightforward in how they go and how they end. And only a few teams would fail to knock on the high ground and give the advantage over to their opponents. This is a game where MOUZ has found answers to everything VP's had to offer. Oh yeah, I absolutely agree. I still think that Razor, especially in the ultra late game, is a whole different type of beast. Tomato spots Crystallis. Oh, they missed the hook to save Crystallis, so that's a bit of damage actually taken away from him. Solar Guardian is bent on the mid one. Mid one is able to get on the move. Some damage out there. The anchor is also out, but the punch blinks in for the dismember. Static Storm is in a good position as well. They're going to lose the punch, and there's a second one coming in from the Hawk with the jump in. Crystallis though keeps on going forward. He's disarmed right now. It's a cookie save. He'll get it from Celery. Antares, Sahak, Abed, they'll back onto the high ground position. Abed going for a quick blink in, trying to draw their attention again, and boom, coming in with a Ravage. He got the connection onto the Razor, and the Diabolic Edict will tear him apart. Fly and D'Amato will both buy back. Huge jump from Antares, a 4-man stun, but can they get in range? There's the glimpse on mid one. They get the Lesh. They get the Lesh out of the way. Crystallis will fight to the bitter end, and he's linked up. He will get drawn back in. He's disarmed, and he is killed. And with that, those buybacks from VP, they'll be able to clean up the majority of MOUZ's heroes and secure at least a Roshan for themselves. And Fly didn't get the glimpse out. Turning into a real thriller, isn't it? 39 minutes in, and anybody's game. MOUZ not have more than the Troll and the Ledge with their buybacks. Boom, caught with the Solar Guardian. Ravage up in 40 seconds. Doesn't seem like he's going to be able to walk out of this one, so he's only buying time for his allies to respawn, and he actually just have the creep wave coming in, so they will lose this tower. That will refresh the glyph. That's the first tier 2.
Dire's top tower is under attack. They're beating on Dire's top tower. Dire's top tower has fallen.
A little something extra for the effort.
I'm still a bit afraid about this troll because they don't. The sources of damage had to upgrade his right click. So Solar Crest, the Vlad's on the Tidehunter, and that's about it. Because if he actually a play being made down at bottom, forcing the BKB up the Hawk, he's going for a regular teleport. Makes out with 400 HP, so 3,000 damage dealt by Celery and by mid one. Abed still finds the ledge of the follow-up stun with the Solar Guardian, and mid one's trying to make a run for it now. Diabolic Edict is up again, but he will not get enough damage. He'll drop them low. Meanwhile, another chase is happening on the back. The Celery will be caught, and the gang squad will be taken out. We'll get both the Snap and the Lesh. But get the Troll's damage. Pango's got 53 armor. Breaker's got another 36. Razor's got 21. How's the Troll ever going to kill these cores?
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm just looking at, like, yeah, Troll hits for 300, but against the Pango, who has 75% physical resist, he hits for 70 damage. That's like laning stage damage. Pretty quickly, though, but not a whole lot.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
The Razor, a bit more than that. Motto's quite deep in. Yamich sees him under vision. Now you need to land a hook of a lifetime, and he's already hugging the Ancients. He fly? Oh, he just blinks away. They get the D-ward. Yep. And he got a nice amount of extra HP. Yep. Yeah, one thing about the Pango is, like, it's not like he has the highest amount of HP. The fact that he can keep up that barrier from so many heroes. Like, you get 200 barrier per hero. So technically, if you land it in the middle of an enemy team, that's an extra 1,000 HP. On a 9-second cooldown. So every shield crash will basically prevent you from dying, if you think it that way. And that doesn't blood right, like you just mentioned. Guarantees are going to be hitting multiple heroes. True. Alright, smoke up from MOUZ. Exiting the base. They are blind on the map. It's a difficult smoke. The minefield.
Dire's bottom tower is being chipped
you gotta
away.
watch out for this area right here. Somebody's also blowing up some of those mines.
Dire's
Not
middle
an area
tower
to go.
isn't from the last
Makes it
wall.
really hard. You're blind on the map. You're playing versus techies. Obnoxious. Obnoxious combo.
Dire's bottom tower needs some help. Radiant's top tower deserves just as much help as Spark.
That tower down, but they
top
are coming
tower
in
has
rapidly.
fallen.
Tomato's coming in with a wraparound. Tara's Fly and Abed with them.
Radiant's top tower
A long
has
route.
looked better.
Right behind them. They see Snapfire. They see Celery under vision. Tomato? not deciding to go. Okay. No, they're not cutting the wave. That was a very weird detour. Okay, they're just making I don't know, some kind of honor lap. D'Amato charges in, and Crystallis gets a first hit bash right away. And that first Solar Guardian is a bit of a miss. But they do have the troll trapped inside that Aghanim's Disruptor ulti, and they won't be able to save Crystallis. And MOUZ will drop 2 heroes instantly. Shrek, hit one. That BKB is already worn out. Meanwhile, fighting versus the Razor, Celery can't fight him. Boom is in the middle of everything. That's a massive, overwhelming flank as well. Flying so much slow. But they kited the BKBs and troll with the buyback. That's a very long distance to cover. Does Boom get out there? He turns around for the Ravage with that stun. They've got D'Amato. He is dying 400 HP. Crystallis is here with that. Mortimer's kisses. They burn him down. Antara is going to get hit by the Gush. Wind Waker forward. Crystallis inside the kinetic field. Once again, Fly, keeping him at bay. Roshan. Is going to be eyeing on this as well. They know about the vision placed in their triangle, which they were able to deward a moment ago. Remove the vision away from MOUZ. It is a nighttime Roshan, guaranteed, so they should be playing this top half of the map, but there's already fresh vision placed down by Fly. They just pinged Roshan because Antares has already been flying mines in this top area on top of the vision that they already have. You won't get anything else with that tier 2 tower because it just refreshes the glyph. That's also the first tier 2 tower taken by MOUZ. There's a massive wave in the top lane, so Crystallis will go back to defend. He'll have money towards his refresher. He won't have the full refresher yet.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He might have pinged the top jungle, but there's probably somebody here.
Was that intentional? It looked intentional.
A tie to the impurities.
Oh. That sentry is too far to catch either of these ops wards. It's in the middle of both of them and it doesn't see either one. That is a big problem because they're not ready for it. Oh no, Flesh is only coming back from the base right now. Yamich is in a good position to pop the smokes, at least. Crystallis, though, does he have to burn a BKB to avoid the glimpse? No, there's still the Lincolns that needs to be popped, and they break them, and they go straight for the Razor. And there's a Solar Guardian landing onto the Tide Hunter. He has a refresher to get a second Ravage out, but no, he won't get it. He comes with the instant buyback. The Hawk will battle with the Crystallis. Crystallis is dying, and he's gone. That's a dieback on the Troll, and Mid-One's walking in to die as well. He won't get anything out. VP probably found their win condition right there. Yamich TPing home. Tide Hunter bought back, and that was the longest teleport I've seen in a while as the enemies are coming closer. That is Roshan. And maybe with it the game, but we'll have to wait and see because this Roshan could take a moment. Yep, and as they took that fight, Antares was able to find 2 of the observer wards, so MOUZ is blind again on the map. Every ward they have placed down has been dewarded. Meanwhile, Fly has been able to get so many deep wards in during this game that the ward destroying average is going to be pretty low for MOUZ in this game. Fly and his warding experience showing.
Structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower isn't going to last long. Dire's middle tower just went down. Dire's middle wards are taking damage.
Crazy.
Some bad things happen to Dire's middle wards.
It's a crazy good game. That is the stability that he also brings into the team, that he is consistent. You can always rely on him for results. While the Razor's gonna get hooked onto the high ground with a Wind Waker, he'll be able to get himself down, and the Static Storm will connect onto the Leshrac. Does have a buyback though. They'll destroy the Roche banner. Abed rolling back and forth. Yamich was fishing out for hooks. Oh man.
Electric guy.
Yeah, that is also true, and I do feel like there's just not enough meat for MOUZ to throw in the front line. So I think arming their supports to be potential cores in this game, even with the Snapfire lining up a BKB, I do think that's the right way to go for MOUZ. Just make everybody a damage dealer.
Dire's bottom tower is being chipped away. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Right now, you're relying on a Pudge Hook to land. There's the Roach banner. At least the creeps are getting dragged so far back with Celery that they can clean up those creep waves, at least the majority of them. The range creeps are still standing, and they just can't get in range. There's the anchor from Boom, and there's just no connection on these hooks. He was hoping he'd get that one. Homage has that fresh axe ready. 5 seconds for another hook. Crystallis will destroy the banner. Abed's constantly waiting for the signal. When are we going in? Now we're going in. And we go for the play. Crystallis is on the side. He does get stunned, and again, but he got the BKB off. Yamich has paid his price. And there's the Ravage. There's another one coming up from Boom in just a moment. He's got connection. The Aegis is gone. Disruptor is going to go down before the Disruptor ever got his ulti off. Crystallis does not have a BKB though. And he also doesn't have that buyback, so if he falls, that could be it for MOUZ. Abed giving the disruption. Massive static storm from Disruptor. A huge AoE with the level 25. And that cleans up MOUZ. And that also means, ladies and gentlemen, a game 3. Maybe we'll have to hold our horses for just a bit longer. This buyback doesn't seem like it's going to do a whole lot of good. Crystallis has got no ulti, and he's got no BKB either, and he's going to get sent back maybe. That Lincoln has popped, and Abed continues to clean them up. So he got his money for the buyback. Didn't get much done with it. Abed plays a clean game. This crazy son of a bitch has a 43 KDA in this game. How do you do that? But VP ties the series. We go to game 3.
Five seconds remaining.
All of them.
Radiant
game defining drafts,
Choose your
which
hero.
should take you into the playoffs. Which one looks like a playoff draft to you? Like a playoff team's draft? Hmm.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, also, like, I would say MOUZ's draft looks more traditional in terms of I wouldn't say a basic draft. Basic draft in the eyes of what we're used to seeing in the pro scene. Virtus.pro has a lot of moving pieces. You have this Undying 3 that can either be feast or famine. Spirit Breaker, like you mentioned, has quite a lot of a weight on his shoulders to actually perform a game like this. At least there's the lack of control, which makes it a bit easier for Antares to play this Spirit Breaker, so you could absolutely pop off on this hero. But VP have been a team that like to take their time. They're not in a rush. Now they've drafted themselves a draft that puts them in the rush. You know, they want to play tempo, they want to play fast, they want to end this game relatively quickly. You're not feeling super confident going into the late game. You have ABBA timings to hit, you have a Spirit Breaker who's purely early game, you have a who's purely early game. Let's see what VP does with this draft. They're on the clock.
Prepare for battle.
Oi! Philippines! Philippines! Woo!
Mm.
30 seconds to battle.
So it's all down to just one game to decide their fates. The funny thing is, we actually, I think we do have the seeding somewhat clear going into these playoffs. Yeah, the playoff bracket is actually live. So the matchups are as follows. Nick McGalaxy versus Yandex. Heroic versus OneWin. Aurora versus Abulus. That leaves Team Liquid versus MOUZ or Virtus.pro in the first round. MOUZ or VP? Or you mean Liquid or MOUZ or VP? Oh my goodness. I'm sweating already with the gun, you know, on my head right now. But I would say if you can make this dire lineup work, VP deserves to go through. Actually, I'm a Spirit Breaker fan in this one because this is so unorthodox that if they can make this one work when two teams are like very even to each other's, VP is changing their whole gameplay plan from what they've usually been doing. Technically, you could say that VP is a late game team with the players that they have. They have great players for the early game, sure. They have players who take space with the heroes that they're usually given. The Hawk especially is a guy who puts his impact early into the game, but he's also excellent when it goes to the late game. This, if they can make that adaptation, the adjustment that we can also play fast tempo, BP definitely deserves to be the team in the playoffs there, but none taken away from MOUZ. I barely have like any Spirit Breaker games. It's not like I'm the like a spammer of the hero or like a big enjoyer of the hero, but he is fun to cast and watch. Like, oh, they're just setting up for the hook. He's going for a bit of a zigzag there on the puck. Take one. Yep, gonna get as much poke as possible. The Saturn Mind Stealer causing a bit of a headache there on Abed's end. We'll head over to the jungle and use that hook on a Hellbear instead of the puck. But yeah, there's definitely some enjoyers amongst talent who like to play Spirit Breaker a whole lot more.
Doesn't even describe it.
Oh yeah. We're gonna try and come in a Crystallis, and actually this Medusa is gonna go down with a bash in the face. it is the charging Spirit Cow who ends up taking that first blood. I did actually look at my Dota buff today and look at Pudge has managed to sneak into my most played heroes. Yep, and all of those games are inside a year, so has surprisingly made its way there. I thought I had a lot of Marcy games, and then I realized I actually barely have any Marcy games. That's been my go-to for the last month, last 2 months maybe. Fun hero. Actually happy to see Marcy being that popular in the competitive scene.
Perfect! Of
Great toolkit. Yep. It's just unfortunate that the Dominator meta has forced Marcy into a position where there's only one facet, which is the Fleeting Fury. You could technically play Pick Me Up with a Dominator, but it's not really that amazing, I guess. You could bring a Centaur with you and have a guaranteed follow-up stun. The Hawk, meanwhile, guaranteed to get pushed out of this lane. Might even die. The Ghost does a lot of damage, mind you. And going for the commitment, the Hellbear is also there. The Hawk's gonna manage to run away. And Crystallis is now being initiated on as Fly TP's in and sets up this Medusa for a kill. He pops one of the mangoes, or at least one of the lotuses, but won't use another, knowing that he is done for. And that is again a Spirit Breaker kill. That's 2 for Antares now. Yeah, he's not countered. He's not countered by any basic ability. You're right about that.
Dire have fortified their structures.
Marching on the mid one now. Coil comes out and he's going to push him on the edge of that coil snapping, but it doesn't. That could have maybe been the go sign if they managed to break it. Very, very close there, but doesn't quite get caught. Yep. Drink some water, Harry. Celery. Crystal is still feeling the pressure of this the Spirit Breaker. The Hawk is also hit level 5. 3 points decay. The funny thing about decay is you don't do any damage to Medusa as an Undying. That's why this Medusa is such a fantastic pick into an Undying. As you can see, also with the help of mid one, of course, it looks a lot easier. But decay would normally do a lot more to your opponent because it's sapping strength. Medusa doesn't have strength. There's no strength to be taken. So basically, a level 4 decay doing 140 damage is probably one of the worst abilities against the Medusa. Yeah. Yeah, you can do the calculations on that. The magic resistance 20-25% and a magic 1 charge, which is 15 HP and mana. So out of that 140 damage, you're probably doing like 90 to a Medusa, which is just horrendous. But the good side is, if there's a secondary hero, then of course the Undying is strong. He's always strong against duo lanes for that sense that you're stealing strength, but you don't steal strength from Medusa, and you don't do damage to the Medusa with the stolen strength. You're just doing the base damage. That's it. There's no strength to steal. Nothing to gain. Yep. 8-minute action rune. Goes for mid one. Invis. Yamich gives Fly a bit of chase. He does spot that VP again. They're up to their stacking game. Not the Ancients, though. Taurus, so we go for the charge onto the Medusa. Get himself out of harm's way.
Invisibility!
There is that one little cool tooltip that you can do. This is for all the Spirit Breaker players out there. If there's no items that you need delivered, send your courier at the hard camp on the left side of the map, which is right in front of your base. So you have always something to charge to. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, it's so much easier. We'll have a guaranteed charge always out.
Middle tower shouldn't have to take this abuse. Dire's bottom tower is being chipped away.
Yep. Exactly. FPG2 for the Fissure Playgrounds. Second $1 million land this year. Unfolding this month. We saw some pressure being put on Crystal as mid one TP'd in. Giving chase to the Spirit Breaker. And that Spirit Breaker will disappear. He's charging somewhere. He's actually got Yamich on the crash course, and Abed will initiate with the coil onto the Pudge. He's already used his meat shield, so there's no defensive capabilities left for him.
Tower is under attack.
Yep. Yeah, Antares was he was coming in hot, straight at the Medusa. We'll actually follow him all the way through, soak up some of that experience. He'll make his presence known. This is like, what are you doing here? This is just gonna continue. I mean, there's nothing else for the Spirit Breaker to do right now than just soak some of that Medusa's XP.
Their structures.
And Antares will go to bully him a bit. throwing some arrows there. Like, yeah, we're around, Crystallis. Hang in there. Yep. Yeah, and he almost got the courier of the Medusa. Now mid one's gonna show up and it's like, uh-oh. I want it. Damage with the hook. Oh, he missed it.
Deserves just as much help as Bart.
Well. Yeah, he's vibing. He's locked in. He's locked in. I'm pretty. I might as well. I mean, you mentioned it's so easy to hook a Spirit Breaker as a pudge, but I was thinking in my mind, it's actually pretty hard to catch when you think about it, because either he's going to cancel the charge, because you have to predict like an entire second forward where he's going to be, and if you're at long range, you're probably just going to miss it. Yeah, unlucky there.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Got a TP out, but next to a Spirit Breaker, does he get a bash or a coil? The coil. Cancel the teleport on the Medusa, and that puts Virtus.pro's all 3 heroes ahead of MOUZ.
My thrift rewarded.
Not much good's happening to Radiant's bottom tower. They're beating on Dire's top tower. Dire Snow fortified their structures.
Look at his neutral.
Radiant's bottom tower
got a Cobalt Cup with a quickened enchantment. 10% movement speed plus 15% movement speed. What else could you want? Well,
were those cracks in Dire's top
exactly.
tower?
Tomato has been free farming thanks to all of this space that's being created for him, while we'll give a bit of hate to this Abaddon. He's about to finish his relic, but mid one's coming in. There's the Blink Dagger reveal. Beautiful arena by Boom. It does catch Fly, and it brings the Abaddon back to full HP, and that Edict will run its course. Antares is TPing in, but there's the Hawk already with the Grave down, and there's the charge onto the left track. He'll get the Split Earth out. That's about it. And the Hawk will clean up mid one's Leshrac.
Radiant structures have been snow fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yep, and they get to siege the tower. Meanwhile, in mid lane, also Crystallis might be targeted here. Abed and Antares will put the haze onto the Medusa. There's also the Nether Strike to bring in that Medusa even deeper, but they know there's still the Stone Gaze. The Hawk died as well in the top lane. That's a bit unfortunate, because Boom got the tower, and now he gets a kill on top of it.
Radiant's middle tower could use some help.
Clears out this kill. Phoenix Egg is also placed down on the ground. They have so much attack speed. Slow this crystal as Medusa dies, and mid one will follow, as they don't have enough attack speed under the Fire Spirits. So they will lose 2 cores, and Antares has done his job. Yeah. Yeah, all of Phoenix's abilities apply that mischance. More abilities, the higher mischance indeed. So, Boom's getting chased to Fly. Fly does have the first time ready. Oh, I could dive onto the edge of the arena. That ain't gonna get you safe. Mid one came to steal the kill with a single press of a Pulse Nova. Yep. Yep. Didn't even play the full animation. Scan connects. Hello. Surprise attack from behind the corner, and he loses his mana to use a Stone Gaze, so he doesn't have anything to do. But there's a hook from Yamich. Can they still follow up on it? Good ulti from Yamich. They'll throw in the orb. They'll poke mid one. With that Witchblade, they do a decent amount, and Antares will also escape. So the whole MOUZ roster to rescue Crystallis. This time around, they got to the Medusa in time. They're TPing on Boom. They're making a secondary play onto this Mars, who does have a Yules. Trying to run away from that distance, and here comes Tomato through the gate, and he'll close out Boom's exit. Do they have the damage to take him down, though? No, Bash coming out from this Spirit Breaker. 17%, but it's never high enough when you need it. Yeah, loaded it up. Wasn't there a talent for Spirit Breaker at level 20 or 25 where it increased your bash chance by another 17%? Because now it's just greater bash damage plus 20% at level 25. There used to be... Just thinking about that for a while. In 735, they made the 25% greater bash movement speed as damage to greater bash proc at 17%. So yeah, that's exactly it. Wow. Tar has already taken down. The coil has been spent. Tomato with his Radiance. That's a long spear by Boom. Abed's gonna keep up the chase here. Virtus.pro. MOUZ hasn't retaliated in any way until now. Diabolic Edict, but Abed's able to dodge around, and Boom's gonna get chased too. BP forcing this Mars all the way back behind his tier 2 tower. The orb is there. Abed tries to read him. Mid one is there. This is risky territory for Abed. He's still got an orb and the phase shift, and that's a maxed out phase shift, so mid one won't be able to do anything to Abed. And Medusa ulti as well as Antares is bullying him. Be it Bash. Oh, he's loading up the, the Nether Strike instead. Yeah.
Radiant's top tower.
I had to actually double check the change logs. And actually, in 738, at the start of this year, they removed the proc chance to greater bash cooldown on the level 20 talent. So only during the course of this year, they actually changed that. While we're fighting in bottom, mid one in the middle of all of this attention. They do have Yamich also grabbed in with the Nether Strike by Antares. Tomato for the double. One hero makes it out. That's going to be Celery's Chen. Lucky enough to TP home. By the way, Abed is 6-0. What were his stats in game 1, actually? Let me take a look.
Not much good's happening to Radiant's bottom tower.
Abed was 3-2-1 with the Ember.
Regeneration! Behold!
Hell yeah. And of course, those might get flooded, especially on TikTok. Might find some interesting clips, because tomorrow, when the playoffs start, we have our Tier 1 teams, TI attending teams playing. the first time, 25-26 season. So eyes peeled for them. Abed getting jumped in the mid lane, and that's it. Get cursed indeed. He's no longer immortal. Mid one will clean quite the streak off of him. 750 gold for the Lesh. With the grab ally, does that work? No, I didn't try that one out actually. But I don't think it shouldn't be anything special, right? Well, then again, there are some weird interactions in it. That's right. I'll go test it right now.
You had what it takes.
Radiant's middle tower could use some help.
Back to the impurities.
And it just doesn't really change it too much. It's usually like, oh, it pierces BKB or something. It's like, doesn't really do too much to it. I didn't find any of the shard or the Ags interactions not get broken by the Mars Victory Feast Arena. It was just basic abilities. And there was a whole list of 10 abilities, or 9 abilities, and one with a minor animation glitch that are infected by the Victory Feast facet on the Mars right now. Win probability is exactly 50-50. Is that it is correct. It's been like that for a couple minutes now. Yep, that's a good catch on Antares with the Yules by Boom, and he will spear Tomato. He'll have to sacrifice the arena for this, though. Maybe the arena was... like it might be a bit unnecessary, but it was in a good choke point, so it did block some of the movement. Antares, though, he's already charging onto the next one. And that is mid one. Won't see this one coming, but actually Antares saw what might happen. Let's go. There's your green grab ally arrow right on top of Roshan. There's so many zombies, though, that he's struggling on the target to hit.
Has fallen to the dire.
Yeah, it is a bit weird giving the Aegis to the Abaddon. It's kind of like this. This isn't exactly the hero you'd like to give an Aegis to. Still holding on to that net worth lead on their cores, all ahead of the Medusa, the Leshrac. A very big gap towards Boom, and they're going to find themselves an Antares kill with both the Pudge and the Leshrac jumping simultaneously. Abed also soaked up a couple hundred of that damage. Not able to save his Spirit Breaker buddy. Oh, it's a mist coil. Completely whiffs that one.
Were those cracks in Dire's top tower?
They're scouting. Yeah. Just buying time and making space. Celery is doing the same thing again. Like, this might just be like, what is Chen doing there? Giving his life away. His army is cutting the wave, and they also know where they're moving. So that gives... All of these small things are towards Medusa's timings on his items. Mars is getting closer to the BKB. And Lesh has also finished an item by the looks of it, because there's a 9-second BKB on him. And the Kaya Sanj. It's an instant tombstone placed down by the Hawk, but nobody's fighting here anymore. Kaya Yasha, sorry, on Lesh. That's what I would say. Haste and the spells. Everything gets faster.
Sweet ablution.
Boom, going straight in, but the phase shift by Abed. This man has lightning fast reactions. The Hawk hits. That was a very weird spear interaction, because the Hawk got sent off the wall instead of getting into it, while there's a hook from Yamich taking Antares back in, and Crystallis with that butterfly building up that damage. Slowly but surely, Abed's dropping lower. The Hawk is dropping down to half HP, and Tomato holding on to that Aegis, but they don't want to focus the Medusa. They want to focus everybody else. They'll get Yamich away. Get down the Pudge. Boom. Man, Abed is toying with him right now. This guy is smurfing versus Boom, and he keeps following him, applies more pressure with the Witchblade. He blinks right in front of him. Look, hello, here I am. You want to try and catch me? No, I'm going to dodge this bonk as well. Oh my god, Abed. Celery's getting chased by Tomato, and those right clicks from the Abaddon really hurt, as Abed will be there to clean up the kill on Celery. My goodness, this man.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower has looked better. Radiant's middle tower could use some help.
Yeah, I think if with the Hex, that's probably an item that will be used only onto Abed, so that they can at least get the start the fight. Yamich could follow up on it, then maybe a crit on the Medusa. Get the job done. Boom. Again, tried to spear the puck in the top lane. Doesn't work out. Yamich, pressured by Tomato. Burn to a crisp. Doesn't mind using that ulti. He's still got an Aegis for 20 seconds, so he'll only have a 40-second downtime on borrowed time.
Radiant's bottom tower's got problems.
Look at Hobbit's positioning. He actually gives the info, and they see all of them. Goes for Celery. The charge is coming in from Antares. Does he go all the way, though? Yep. Okay, turns around at the last moment.
Radiant's bottom tower's got problems. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Big arcane rune. Goes for the puck, and again. He missed the spear, but he misses the bomb too. And it's got 50 HP flying in the air. 3 zombies gnawing at the feet of the Spartan, and this spear Abed will happily tank, because that leads into a kill on the Mars. Antares, make sure that bottom wave is constantly pushing in. Medusa's only got the top lane to play.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
good times. I don't know about that. I think that was a bit dumb. He was a bit overtuned because it's like you can build Shadowblade and Octarine, and then the game just doesn't end for you anymore because there's never creeps close enough to any.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower's got problems.
Yep. While he's getting to that Daedalus, the Abaddon's about to finish Bloodthorn. Just got the Orchid of the Courier. He's already got the rest of the pieces of the Bloodthorn. Just that extra Hyperstone. It's complete.
Dire's bottom tower needs some help.
Yeah, if you don't purge it, you're just dead.
My house.
Pretty much guaranteed to happen. Scary
Dire's
item.
bottom tower is being chipped away.
All that queuing up the Octarine.
Dire's bottom
Shiva's
tower
almost done on the Phoenix support, so that's also going to make Fly extra tanky versus that Musa. Sure if you noticed, but the Hawk is also plugged right now. But Antares is going to get hit by the Yules, and there's the arena. Hawk disappears, and all they're going to get for their efforts is a Spirit Breaker. Loyal turnaround by Abed, though, trying to go for the reinitiation here. Spirit Breaker buying back, and he's already here. With the Outpost, he's teleporting in, and it gets a two-man charge. Yavich goes to eat that Spirit Breaker, instantly removed by the shield by Tomato, and they've got Fly in the middle, no egg. Hamato has to back away, and Abed has to be cautious. This Crystallis Medusa is only at 500 mana, but has a great healing Lotus. It's not a greater healing Lotus, it's only plus 400. Mid one is in the middle too. With that Diabolic Edict, they're going to get vesseled up as well by the Spirit Breaker. Is going in for the chase, hits another two-man charge. Yamich does sacrifice himself in the front to at least buy some time. Focuses on the Abaddon, and Tomato will go down. It's not even a sacrifice. It pays off as MOUZ is holding their ground, and Abed's in trouble. He might be able to get the orb off. He never actually did. He's going to have to wait for that blink, and where does he go? Forward he tries to go, but no phase shift. Gem down on the ground, and a big win for MOUZ. The amount of XP changed is 16,000 experience. That just went in the way of MOUZ. They had 7.8 at the start of this fight against the 10,000 on VP, and that number that is just a crazy number of experience. They hit level 3 ultis on a couple of their heroes. They're about to get to level 20 talents. Medusa almost got to level 25. Crystallis is 23.5 at the moment. Completely gone, and Medusa suddenly having a full item in her inventory from that team fight. That's definitely got to be a warning for Virtus.pro. And this is where I'm starting to look at like why my whole thesis for this game was that the VP's on a timer, because this Medusa is still the beast of the late game compared to any other hero here. Maybe the Puck can get close, but even a Puck, in my opinion, doesn't beat the Medusa. With how they're setting up their heroes, you've got 3 melee heroes in this lineup, 2 of which don't scale exceptionally well.
It's all coming together.
That's nice. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Yeah, that's Abed for you. Game where that Spirit Breaker just doesn't have anything to provide except for the Solar Crest. Hawk saves himself with the Tombstone with a grab ally. Boom. He's forced his BKB out. The mid one is charging in, but this is a bit of a chaotic start for MOUZ, but now they find a target to focus on, and they take down Antares. Pushing back to Hawk. Pushing back the rest of VP. Instead, no buyback on the Spirit Breaker. Gone for 90 seconds. Should be Roche. Should be. There's a courier flying in. Damage. That was just wards. That wasn't even a smoke. They don't actually have a smoke at all. There's one in Chen's backpack, and that's it. Go straight to the pit with Crystallis, and they already go for the fight. Yamich needs some backup, as they've got the Abaddon. Abaddon's ulti will be forced out. All the Yules is there as well. Who Yules that, by the way? Was that... That was Boom. That was Mars who used him, so he didn't get the hook to connect. So that means mid one's gonna go all in. All in onto the back line, and that Phoenix egg might not be enough. That explodes. Abed pushed away. Yamich is giving chase to the Hawk. Might be a Pudge dying. They'll look for the trade. They'll kill that core Undying. Yamich buys back right away. Pudge sees that this is going to be the fight for us to secure this Roshan. Probably wasn't needed.
Dire's bottom tower needs some help. Radiant took down Roshan. I trust there was a good reason. Dire's bottom tower is being chipped away.
I caught the Abaddon, and that's an Abaddon going down to the graveyard.
You merge with the impurities.
Costly losses for Virtus.pro around the map, and MOUZ, they're close to punching a ticket to the playoffs here with fights going like this.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
The last 9 minutes has been all theirs.
Dire's top tower is gone. Just a cold. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Someone better help Dire's middle tower. Dire's middle tower just went down. Are those cracks in Dire's top tower?
It's kind of like you're playing a game versus a drow on the high ground, and if you throw those fights against the drow who's been pushed back, she will suddenly just bounce back into the game with unimagined power, and you feel like you can't win a single team fight after that. This is just the price that they have to pay.
Dire's middle barracks are taking damage.
Can't get Megas, but they can get 2 lanes of Brax. Look at all those auras that the Medusa's gaining from the Chen army, the rapier in her inventory.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Nearly 700 right-click damage on this Medusa. Plus 88, and 88% of that is going to all the other targets near the main target she's hitting.
Dire's top barracks are falling.
charge in, but there's a quick reaction from Boom, and mid one goes straight for Antares and onto the Hawk. The Hawk's going to get speared around, and this Flesh Golem is not an obstacle for MOUZ as he goes for that tombstone for just a couple seconds, but that tombstone is down. Mid one is dropped fairly low, but the hands of God is coming into play and keeps the Leshrac alive. Yamich might give his life away for the dieback, but they're buying back on the side of EP, and they're going to lose the Abaddon, and he's still got no buyback. Gone for 90 seconds, and MOUZ will clean this one up. They make the decisive blow.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
They're going to realize soon that this Abaddon actually doesn't have the money to buy back. This Crystallis is going to end the game. Abed's going to try and intervene. The Hawk is going to be nearby. But this Undying will not be able to do enough. Boom trying to go for that quick Blink Spear play onto this Undying. And mid one will protect him, but that's it. We will see MOUZ in the playoffs.